Hello lovely viewers, thank you for joining me on YouTube here. I'm Nilgan and I live in Sydney, Australia, and I'm a urban or what we call residential gardener. Definitely not a professional or a horticulturist, but learning from all of the professionals that are out there in the UK and America and Australia and Europe. Watching your YouTube videos have inspired me to create a whimsical and very somewhat classical English garden, more like a cottage garden, and I have over 60 roses and lots of clematis, lots of perennials and some fruit. So what you see here at the moment is an apple, and we have some first blooms of the apple, which is quite exciting because I've planted these apples, both of them for to pair up for propagation winter, so they've been in the pot or in soil for 6 months now. We are in spring. It is overcast, and I thought it's an excellent day to maybe go through the garden again, because the last time I had a lot of work that was in progress, and I wanted to get most of that work done, which I have. And the reason that I have, I'll let you know in a minute, but wanted to show you the roses. Those viewers that have been following me or know of me, which probably aren't a lot, but thank you for watching, by the way. But last spring and summer, which would be the first season that I would be experiencing the first, I guess, bloom of the roses and plants, because my garden is actually two and a half years old. What you see, I've been here for many years, but I've just gotten to the stage where I've been inspired by all of you in America, Europe, the UK, Australia, growing these amazing plants and roses, and German roses, French roses, English roses, and I was just purely in love. So most of my roses are bare root roses, and they've been planted in the garden 2 years ago. The issue was I had to go to Europe, last year, the first season of these roses, purely because my mother fell and broke her femur, and I had to go nurse her. And it was very unfortunate. I didn't get to see my roses bloom. And I didn't get to see my liliums and a lot of the summer plants, spring plants, so it'll be a bit of a surprise to see them this year. So what I wanted to do is just go through, and the garden is looking fairly schmick, I might say. Please mind the dog bed on the clothesline. So what I've got here, a lot of the roses are in bloom, and my fear was that they were quite damaged, dehydrated, they were in very poor condition. And you can see here, this is Crown Princess Margarita, David Austin climber. You can see that the main cane is quite, I'll move it back, thin, damaged, just not very healthy. I've got lots of damage like that. You can see more damage along here. You can see some more damage down here. And mind you, they were quite healthy. However, I just couldn't bear cutting these up and shortening them, so I've left them. And that was purely because of the neglect that they went through last spring and summer. But I have been looking after them, and they're doing wonderful. So I've got some salvia down here. I've got some nepeta, cat mint in the corner there. I couldn't really tell you what that was, but lots of spring bulbs that are dying down now. Got a standard here, which is I'll move you around very slowly, which is Princess Alexandra of Kent. I have sprayed them with lime sulphur. It's the second time this season, but I seem to still be getting some aphids. So I'm gonna have to spray them again. Mind you, we've got rain forecasted. As you can see, maybe. Yeah, we've got rain forecasted, so I'll wait until after the rain, because no doubt we'll have more aphids come in. So yeah, so I've got, besides these sandstone pots, I've got 2 Princess Alexandra of Kent. So I'm really looking forward to them blooming. And down here, again, some spring bulbs that are dying out, and also a bearded iris. Not too sure how they're going to go. I did have to separate that bearded iris this winter. I don't know what this is, but it's definitely a Luculia, but it's definitely something that's come into fashion again. Pink spice, and it's an old-fashioned shrub, and it's got these beautiful blooms, and the fragrance is just astonishing. So got one of those, and looking forward to looking after that. Over here in the pot, the sandstone pot, which leads up into the arch, I've got a couple of Clematis. You can see that this is, I believe it's, let me have a look. So I've got Violet Elizabeth. I'll come round and I'll read you the sign. But I've got the Wallerton Old Hall growing on either end of this arch. So I will turn around and show you that in a minute. But look, I think the Clematis are doing amazing. These Clematis have been here, I think now one of the original ones, so 2.5 years or 2 years, I'd say. So they definitely, what was it? Sleep, creep, and now they're sort of halfway between creep and leap. So that's lovely. I've discovered Clematis. I've not seen it in Australia or Sydney before, or anyone that has grown them. So I'm just delighted, and I have many of them. Don't know how many, probably about 20, but I will go through them with you. So I've got here Poet's Wife, the Poet's Wife, a standard. So you'll see one that's already flowered just over here. So I've got 2 standards on either end. But yeah, look, it's looking healthy. I can't be happier with how they're doing. I will have to revisit the staking. That's a definite. So here, I think this is it might be a Salvia Spires. I'm not 100% sure. I'll keep an eye on that. I've just got some alyssum seedlings in there. And this is a convolvulus. So that's doing really well, and it's displaying its spring bloom, that's for sure. So just coming around here, the Clematis that I've got is this one here, Violet Elizabeth, and the Vagabond. That's what I was thinking. So this is definitely the Vagabond. I don't think I've got a Violet Elizabeth that has bloomed as yet, but no shortlist of blooms or buds. I'll turn around this way, away from the light. You can see that it's budded up really well. I couldn't be happier. So I do need to basically attach that or have it climb up the arch. So I have bought some wire. I know that I asked you previously, but I've bought some wire that I'll attach. This arch is meant to be painted. I bought it from Marketplace and it was a great deal at the time. Again, Wollerton Old Hall on this side as well. It was very, very much damaged. I did have to cut the main main canes. I had a lot of dead damage on the end, and it's still very, it's not, you know, the healthiest, but I suppose the buds and the growth coming out from the main canes are very healthy, which is great, but they are damaged. The main canes are damaged, and I've cut off, I'm not sure if you can, I'm doing a good job video recording, but I've cut off most of the damaged canes, therefore it's not very long, unfortunately, but hopefully we can fix that this spring summer. Again, I've got a couple of different clematis here. It's a multi-blue and a Josephine. Definitely the Josephine's one of the older ones, and I don't think, no, I don't have a multi-blue tag, but there is a Josephine here. And you've got some Nemesia, I'm not sure how to pronounce that. So, oh, I've got another Josephine just hiding back here. Just absolutely stunning. So I can't wait until they crawl up and grow onto this arch and intermingle with Wollerton Old Hall. It will be just divine. Here I've got, again, they did perish, but I have a dwarf Mina hydrangea. There's one in this pot here. Pots 5, and you can see I've got the other hydrangea in here under this trailing plant. I had tried to cut more of the and put in cuttings, but this is all I've got in this pot here, so it was definitely had definitely dried out during last summer, so I'm stoked. I'm really pleased that I've got something growing from this pot. So I will nurse that back to health. Just moving back to this garden bed, I have got Olivia Rose Austin here. So the white that you see on the leaves, the lime sulphur. This is Septidile. Both of them David Austin bush roses. They have been quite unhealthy, both of these, and I've had a lot of scale and aphids on them, and I would imagine that they don't get a lot of sun, or as much sun as the others, and so you can see that there are some aphids on this, and so perhaps that contributes to the health, but I will definitely be looking after those really well to bringing them back to optimum health. Mind the buckets, I've just put them out here because it's going to rain, and I want to capture all that gold liquid to put in my pot plants. Okay, so here we've got one of the first garden beds out of the 3. So there's 1, 2 and 3, which are the same size. Here is Pat Austin. I love the whimsical, I know Pat Austin doesn't stay, roses don't stay upright, but I love the soft apricot rose, you know, hint of pink hue in the roses, and the petals are so flimsical, like they're just so relaxed and stunning. So I'm really looking forward to seeing these again. Usually Pat Austin's are first to bloom for me. I've got a geranium here. I couldn't tell you what that geranium is, but I will find out. I've got a Chinese lantern, double pink, growing in a pot just here. I've just fallen in love with these, and they're stunning. I'll just turn you around very slowly. I have one here where I've combined yellow, red and orange. I don't have many flowers as yet. Oh, there are heaps of buds though. You can see they've all budded up, and there's some here. So I couldn't tell you what colour these are going to be. But again, these were damaged. They were quite dry and dehydrated, and some of the plants didn't perform or grow the same height as they should. So Pat Austin, coming back to this garden bed, I've got two rolled dahls at the back, just here, stunning rolled dahls. They smell just divine, and they're little cupped full blooms are just stunning. I love the scent as well. The fragrance is lovely. I've got, this is a peony, a herbaceous peony. This is Pink Derby, and it's from Red Earth Bulbs. It's the first time I've planted it, and I've planted it, sorry, first time it's growing, and I've planted it just a few months ago. So I'm really surprised that it's actually come up. Obviously a very healthy bulb, I think they're called. This is Coral Sunset peony. It's a herbaceous, and I bought this from Misty Downs. This is actually probably its second year, and I haven't gotten any blooms out of either of them. So I'm looking forward to that. I've got, is it Vile de Leon Clematis just around here. I'll turn you around. So you can imagine with Pat Austin, the beautiful orange hue, orange apricot with a hint of pink blooms, and you have this beautiful clematis, you know, climbing up here and then cascading onto Pat Austin. So looking forward to that, absolutely. So like I said, two rolled dahls. I'll just move around very quickly. Say hi, Benji. Over here, because I've forgotten. Oh, of course, Earth Angel. I've got a couple of Earth Angel, and they are, I mean, I don't understand. I'm very, very grateful. They're growing really well. And again, we've got plenty of aphids. So I've got to look after those after the rains. But yeah, look, they've just shot up, and you can just see all the blooms or the new growth. There aren't any, sorry, I do say there aren't any buds yet, but heaps of new growth. This is a bearded iris. I couldn't tell you what. I've got Princess Anne tucked away in here. Now, the problem I have with Princess Anne, it also gets very sick and has a lot of disease, mold, mildew, scale, aphids. So again, I'm not sure if it's not getting enough, obviously, airflow. I've got a pot over here and another one over there. I will keep an eye on it. I have looked after it and fed it pretty well, and tried to put in as much nutrition as I can into the soil. I've used hoof lung dung as a compost, mulch. I've been composting, putting in lots of food, sea mungus, fish and seaweed during winter, and we have someone interfering in our view. So yeah, I will keep you updated on Princess Anne, and if any of you have Princess Anne and it also has poor health, please let me know, because it just may be that it's the type of bush or rose style, or the rose that has the diseases. So this is a dwarf buddleia, and I've got another matching dwarf buddleia just over here. So it's a purple colour. It's lovely. So if I come around here, you may have already seen it. I have a clematis, which is just absolutely intriguing and stunning at the same time. So this is what they look like. This is their bud form. Where are we? Pardon me. That's their bud form. And then, there you go. And then they sort of open up like a star, and then they just burst open, and the leaves, the actual petals, cream petals, then push back, pull back, and pushing the purple center forward, and it's just got a beautiful chartreuse green in the center. It's absolutely divine. It is one of my favorites, I mean, I guess most of my clematis are all good, and all my favorites, of course. Again, you can see that the climbing rose here is damaged, even though I keep cutting it to maintain, and it just hurts me to see that. But look, I'll keep looking after it. That rose is, let me have a look, Gertrude. Yep, that's Gertrude Jekyll, a David Austin rose. So you can see the clematis here again. This clematis is called Florida's Siboldi. I think that's how you pronounce it, but it's one of the first ones that I've planted, and it's just full of buds. It's incredible. So this is one of the ones that are definitely leaping this year, and I'm absolutely not complaining. I do have another clematis in here. Oh, here we go. This year's, I have the Star of India. So I don't know where that is. It potentially might be this one over here. I'm not sure, but yep, I'll keep videoing and hopefully we'll see those blooms as well. So I've got a couple of standards on this side of the arch, small arbor, and they're an adorable Cordes rose, and they are lovely. They're part of the Parfuma range. One over here and one over here, so they'll bloom really well. And as you can see, these are all being sprayed with lime sulfur, but the downside of that is I've killed all the primula. I've just totally demolished them. They were beautiful. They were in flower just like that, if not even more, full with blooms and pinks and deep mauves and whites, and I've definitely killed them. So coming around this side, I don't know, you may have seen this clematis. It is sensational. It's the star of the show when I have people over. In fact, that's probably what I wanted to share with you all. I have built or created this garden in the last 2.5 years. So the garden beds went in May 2022. And the only plants I had which anchored the garden, or anchors the garden now, are the hedges and the Shatut mulberry at the back. Oh goodness, I've forgotten the name. It's not a persimmon, pomegranate tree, and obviously our beautiful Japanese maple. So they are the main trees that are anchoring the garden for me. But everything else that you see, my shade garden over here in the back, behind this short or small arbor, sorry. I've got these flower beds, some veggie patches over on that side of the big arbor, and so forth. So all of what you see, the hardscaping, landscaping, have all been developed or created in the last 2 years. So 2.5 years or less, and the plants have been in for the last 2 years or less. This clematis is one of the first, so it's definitely, you can see that I've got some flowers that have already bloomed and the petals have fallen off. So as I was building this garden, my neighbour, he's at the moment 94 years of age, and he's a beautiful man, and is a gardener himself and cannot garden as often and as frequent as he normally could. Understandable with his age. So he's said to me when I was doing all this work, and I do this on my own, I may have my children, I've got 2 adult children, and they help with wheelbarrowing and shoveling some of these pebbles or help with putting arbors together. And so most of it, all the planting, most of the, maintenance, feeding, looking after these roses and other plants and perennials, bulbs, have been basically done by myself. And when he saw this and could see that I was putting in lots of hours every weekend, 8 hours a day, and now that I'm in between jobs, I'm working, 8 hours a day in the garden, no avail. He's actually said to me, well, why don't you register in the local council garden competition? This one here, I've got Munstead wood, stunning standard. You can see that it's budding up. Again, with aphids, although I did spray them. So, yeah, I'll just wait for the rains and the aphids to multiply and I'll spray again. Story of our lives, right? When you're growing so many roses. I did show you Delightful Parfumer, and that's looking great and really healthy. Another Delightful Parfumer here amongst the Purple Rain Allium, and a couple of Fruity Parfumer bushes on this side, which have these beautiful coloured foliage, maroon, brown. I don't know how you would want to describe it. This is absolutely stunning. So he said, why don't you join, register, going back to my neighbour. Oh, hang on, we're a bit interrupted by this beautiful Clematis. It's one of the original ones, and this is Pilu. I'm sure I've seen Pilu with on a lot of your YouTube videos overseas. It's definitely in bud and looking extremely healthy. I'm just ecstatic. And you can see the buds here, all the way up here. So they actually see, I've got another one here actually, another Clematis growing here, which is a new one. And this is multi-blue. Okay, oh, here it is. Oh, wow. This is the first time multi-blue is actually blooming for me. Wow, that's amazing. I'm very excited. So, yeah, I've seen Pilu in most of the videos or YouTube videos that I see from you overseas, and I fell in love. The two-tone pink and light pink or mauve is just stunning with a yellow centre. One of my favourites as well. I've got another original herbaceous peony over on that side. I don't know what that is, so I don't have a name for it. It's one of the original ones. And this one here is a new herbaceous peony. Just planted it this year, and that's grown as well. Now in Sydney, Australia, I'm not sure how we convert the temperature. It's a temperate climate, so you don't get a lot of cold. It's definitely not. Oh God, look at this. They're just going bonkers. The aphids are having a party, field day. All right, so what I've done this year is, and I read it on one of the peony sites in Tasmania, and I can't remember their name, but they said put some ice, because it needs X amount of cold days or chill days, chilled hours, sorry. So I put a lot of ice in some clip lock sealed bags, sealed them up, and sat them on the soil on the herbaceous peonies. I don't know if that's made a difference, but we'll wait and see if they will bloom, because this is definitely first year. This one over here is third year, so I'm intrigued to see if that'll bloom this year for me. It hasn't yet. Moving along here into this garden bed, which is the one parallel to my berry lane, raspberry hang on, raspberry, golden red. We've got tayberry and some other berries. I can't remember what they were, but they need to be. I need to build more of these obelisks and put them into those pots. But that's my berry lane. So this is the back garden bed that's parallel to the berry lane. Got some ranunculus, some Italian ranunculus, Renaissance, I believe they are. I've got some beautiful, the beautiful Desdemona standards on either end, and I have the Fairy Tale Magic Rose bush just here, and I have another rose just here, which is Heaven on Earth. I must say, Heaven on Earth is just pretty sensational. And I've got a Heaven on Earth bush here and another one at the back there. It's another Clematis, another one over here that I'll show you. And then I've got the Fairy Tale Magic in the middle. So that's growing really well. They're quite healthy, as you can see. This is an original herbaceous peony, Shirley Temple. And I have Ernest Markham rich magenta pink Clematis just here, which is absolutely stunning. It's its first year in the ground, I think. So I'm really surprised that I'm getting the blooms that I'm getting. You can see how, I'll just move this back, but you can see how short it is. It's not really that long, but the blooms are sensational. So I will pin that back with some clips. I might turn around this way. Oh wow, that's stunning. Anyway, I'll get back to my story. I realise it's we've gone into 30 minutes. This one here is Special Occasion Clematis. So my neighbour actually suggested that I join and register for this council. Oops, I'm going the wrong way. I'll go back to this big arbour. Back this way. This council garden competition. So I had the judges over yesterday, which was really exciting. And to be honest, I don't have a lot of expectation. Holy moly, what is that? Look at that. I don't know if you can see, but we're looking at massive infestation of aphids. Wow. So that's not good. Not good at all. So this one here is Amnesty International. It's a climber. I thought I did see a bud. Yes, this is one that I haven't finished pinning back. Actually, if I just move around this way, you can see that I've just tucked this main cane, which is wrong, but I've just tucked it in here because we had some winds and it seemed like it was going to rain this morning. But I will continue this wire up the top of the arbour and then tie up the main canes. Oh no! Oh no! It's not looking good. All these aphids, and this is Boscobel. Oh, the stunning, gorgeous Boscobel. So I've got a 60 centimetre standard on either end of the arbour, inside of the arbour, and they're looking quite healthy as well. And on the outside I have two Madame Delbard. It's a beautiful pink rose, if I don't remember wrong. But they're looking really good and healthy. Moving around here, no signs of aphids on these ones. This pink one here, that's just budded up. Oh, it smells delicious. Oh, nice. That's an Olivia Rose Austin. Okay, you can just see that the extent of the damage on the main cane, and they are, I mean, it's not the healthiest. And again, I haven't tied these back and sort of trained them on this big arbour. I will. Another bloom here. Oh, very exciting. I've got a Princess Diana bellflower type Clematis on that little corner, and another Clematis down here, which I believe I don't know what it is, actually. No, it's a healthy clematis, but I have no idea what that one is. It would be one of the originals. Again, I'm pretty bad. I need to tie up this main cane and train it up the arbor. You can see the damage on these ends of the main cane. Anyway, so I had the judges over from the local council yesterday, and it was lovely. They were lovely. They came in. I actually rang the council up and said, because 2 weeks ago they gave me the date and they said we'll be over on the 24th of September and with the judges, and we will be judging your garden. So I rang them up and I said to them, my garden is only 2 years old, or my plants in my garden are only 2 years old or less, and I'm not quite sure that I am ready and that I am worthy of being in this competition. And the lady that is organising it from council said, oh no, don't be silly, we have so many different people and so many different gardens, and in fact this is the first year that we've had 80 or 90 entrants, and so we're really looking forward to seeing the artistic work or the work of people that they put in and acknowledging that work. So she said, please don't pull out, and we will definitely come by and have a look at your garden. And by this stage, is this not cute or what? Amethyst Falls Wisteria. I'm going to make this into a standard, I hope. So they haven't seen my garden, of course, and it was a pleasure to have them yesterday, and they were gobsmacked. They were just shocked at the amount of variety of plants I have. What's this one? This is a double blue boy agapanthus. I haven't, these haven't been, this is new. Oh, this is a white one, I think. Yeah, so I'm waiting to see what the agapanthus are going to be like, because I haven't bloomed for me yet. And I'll put them in pots just along here so that I can just look after them and identify them before I place them in their place. So they were just gobsmacked. We started from the front of the yard and we went through all the plants, and they couldn't believe I've got cold climate plants that are growing here in Sydney, because we're in a temperate climate, such as peonies, poppies, lilacs, daphnes, and they were just really, really pleased to see that. And so I've entered my front yard, and then I've entered separately my backyard at the time. I don't know what I was thinking. But after speaking to the judges, and after the judges seeing what I had created, and the fact that it was created by my own myself, no help, and the fact that they were 2 years, the plants were only 2 years or less, and years old, and they wanted to know what I put in the soil. They wanted to understand how I've built up the soil. I mean, this shade garden that we have, I've got hostas, hellebores, I've got Spanish bells, I've got, along here you can see I've got some buxus, I've got some camellias at the back, hydrangeas at the back, I've got a big pot, here's Gerard, with the Clematis at the back as well. I've got a Montana Clematis up here with a bougainvillea growing in the pot, some foxglove, some aquilegia, granny's bonnet. What else do I have in here? I mentioned the hostas. So they were freesias. If I move across here, hellebores, I mentioned that. What am I thinking? Heuchera. So they were quite astonished with the variety, and they were very pleased. And that cyclamen down along here, and some more of the agapanthus, I believe. Oh yeah, I've got an astilbe. Now this astilbe is going to be This is fairly new. I think I've moved this one from a pot actually, and I think it seems to be happier over here. It has never bloomed for me, so I'm hoping it will bloom. So getting back to the story, and I'll make it very quick. It was just absolutely satisfying and motivating to talk to people that are like-minded and appreciate the hard sweat and tears that you put into the garden, and understand the plants, and can talk to you about the plants, and particularly in our temperature, in our climate here in Sydney. So I had such a great time walking them through my garden, and you can see that the last video I had wheelbarrows out, I had shovels out. There was just so much work going on, and so it was lovely to experience yesterday. Honestly, with the outcome, I'm not really too fussed. It was just nice. There's going to be a gala night on the 30th of October, which is the night that they will invite all of the entrants and all of the local community who have entered into the competition. The judges will be there, and they will announce the winners. And there are several categories. I'm absolutely looking forward to socializing, networking, meeting and talking to like-minded people that enjoy the garden, and that can share some insights and their lessons learned, because I think that's the key, right? I've made so many mistakes in the 2 years. I've killed so many plants intentionally and absolutely not intentionally. And so to see them blooming, and each of them are quite unique and extremely special. So it's lovely. It was a lovely day, and I'm definitely looking forward to the evening. I will keep you posted. Thank you so much for watching. It is very long. I know it's 42 minutes gone through. Please, if you enjoy my site or the video and you want to see more, I haven't gone through, this is my side or backyard. I haven't gone through the front yard yet, or gone through the fruit trees that I've bought and planted. And I have this year just started to create my Hippeastrum or Amaryllis bulb. So and build up. I think I will build up on the bulbs. I think they're very expensive, so they're definitely something to keep and enjoy. The only problem I'm having is lots of what are they called? The gnats, the little gnat flies, and I don't know how to get rid of them, and they're very annoying. And from what I understand, they can damage the bulbs and make them rot. But just to show you, I have got, very quickly, I've got Grand Diva, which is this red one over here, and Picasso side by side. I thought that would be lovely, and that they would make a lovely pair in this pot. They're just stunning. This big one over here that I've got, let's have a look. This one here is beautiful, just as beautiful. I think this is Gervais. Yes, it's either Gervais or Charisma, because I had to pull Charisma out. I've made a mistake of allowing it to rot, and I'm afraid that this one might be the same. But this is Gervais from memory. I've got Rosalie here, which is a beautiful apricot type of colour. And this one here looks, it's Pink Glory, but it's definitely a little dwarf. I mean, I don't mind the size, or the height, I should say, because it sort of contrasts with the rest. But that's it. I've got plenty more, although these are the only ones that are blooming at the moment. And I'm happy to go through the different types of amaryllis that I have on a different video. Thank you very much for watching. If you've kept on watching, please share my please share this video if you have enjoyed it. Please let me know what you'd like to see more of, if there is anything. Please like and subscribe if you haven't. And yes, thank you very much for all your inspiration. I'm indebted to all of you.